And it just occurred to me that I would be traveling to Zombie Land.
Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of our chat with Richard Reid. If you haven't watched part 1, go watch it now on all of our channels at Drink With Owen. If you have, we're picking up where we left off and we're talking to Richard about his time in the jungle with I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. You were on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and you did quite well for yourself on that one.
You know, I did quite well. If you're trying to say, you won, I won. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. I will say that. And, and you know what? My sources in the Russian intelligence agency says you voted for me many times, so I appreciate that. Check is in the mail.
Yeah.
I got to say that was such a phenomenal experience. It was nothing like I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be, you know, Survivor meets Celebrity Apprentice in the jungle, but everyone was so nice and we really all got along and God, there's some characters, I gotta tell you. But I tell you, the thing that really I think won the hearts of Australians was to see me get electrocuted. Electrocuted. I think I sent you that clip. So go ahead and just revel in me getting electrocuted.
Here we go, roll the tape.
The winner of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here for 2019 is... It's Richard!
Oh my God!
That does highlight the highs of the winning and the lows of the electrocution there.
Something like that. I was pretty high after that electrocution, I gotta tell you. It hurt. It hurt. Nothing fake about that show. We starved. I got electrocuted. I had snakes dumped on me. Oh, it was great. I won. I loved it. And I lost so much weight. So much.
Yeah, I did read an article about you saying that's what you were looking forward to most before you went into it. But
I didn't think I'd look like, I'd been in prison for 20 years.
But like you said, it looked like it was quite a friendly bunch. Are you still sort of in contact with anyone you were out there with?
Yes. I'm really tight with Angie Kent, who I'm very proud of. I call her my little baby, and she calls me Big Daddy. And she went on to do The Bachelorette and Dancing with the Stars. And Evie, of course, who came in second, Evie Jones. She's fabulous. Luke Jacobs, I've caught up with a few times in Los Angeles and here, and Catherine Kelly Lang from Bold and Beautiful. Yes. She is just divine. And I've pretty much talked to everybody. I've talked to everybody. I've talked to absolutely everybody. And so, I will say this. I got along and liked everybody to varying degrees. There was no one I didn't like. Some people I like more than others. So there you go.
So that's a couple of shows there. Is there another one that you've got in your sights, or do you reckon you're sort of done for a bit on the reality shows? Or there's another couple you've got?
I think I'd like to, if I don't do Dancing with the Stars, and I can't dance, so I don't think that's going to happen.
That's good.
I think I'd like to, I would love, and no one's even talked about this, I would love to do I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, All Stars. That would be great, And other than that, I'd like to host a game show because I love trivia. I love Hollywood and pop culture trivia. So maybe some kind of game show. But you know what? You have to raise your own hand. And these days, you really have to come up with a concept yourself. Yeah. Unless you're Osher Ginsburg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they'll get you on the, I know they do it in the UK, like a celebrity goggle box.
Oh, that would be good. Are they doing that here?
I've read some rumors. Who knows if they are, but you'd be got the little...
Well, your sources are better than mine, Owen. Well, cheers to that.
Richard, so you raised a lot of money winning I'm a Celebrity, and your charity was Beyondblue, and you're an ambassador for them. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that and why that's important to you?
Oh, sure, sure. Well, I think I know in my family, my mother has struggled with bipolar depression, manic depression, on and off. Oh my God. I think I was born and she had a mood swing. So I was dealing with that all my life. And I have had my ups and downs with the blues and being depressed, talk therapy, antidepressants. Only thing I haven't done is shock therapy. But if you know someone, let me know.
You did it in the jungle.
I joke about it because, you know, it's a very serious, serious situation. Yeah. And I think in Australia, oh my God, suicide is probably, I think, the number one killer for men like 25 to 40, something like that. It's really an epidemic. And I think, especially for males, we don't like to talk about it. We don't like to talk about depression. And one way to cure depression for a lot of guys is to become a drunk, you know, or to take drugs. And that's really not the answer. The answer is really just talking to someone. If you can't talk to your mates, you know, talk to someone in your family, or seek professional help, or go to beyondblue.com.au, and they have lots of just a little triggers. And also anxiety. Gosh, these days, I mean, you look at someone on the bus and you think you have, you know, some disease or something. So yeah. I think just to really be able to do some self-talk and recognize what fear is. Here's what I say. Fear stands for fictional events appearing real, right? Fear. I don't have to spell it out for you, but I will. You know, but because it's just worry and making up stories. Oh my God, what if this happens? Oh my God, I could lose my job. Or well, it's like, yeah, well, so what? You're making these up. Just live in reality. That's what
for sure. And I guess for people to look out for the signs, I guess that's important as well. Is it looking out for your mates and just speaking to them? I guess is a good way that we can be aware of it.
Absolutely. And don't speak out and don't ask your mates if they're okay in front of 20 other people. Take them aside, just have a little quiet word, you know, da-da-da-da-da. And that's all you can do. That's all you can do. But I would check out Beyondblue, definitely. Yeah.
We'll put the details at the end of this video as well.
Oh, thank you.
On Instagram, which is @DrinkWithOwen, we ask for a question to ask our guest each week. We've got two for you, Richard. The first one is, where are you most looking forward to going after the sort of restrictions ease? Is there a trip you've got planned?
Gosh. Well, I'm currently in Sydney, so I'll probably go back to LA for a little bit. And that was a big decision not to go back to America.
Yeah, so do you have a point where you had to pick exactly where you're gonna be?
Yes. Oh my God. I was 2 days away from going to LA and I was like, oh, should I stay? Should I go? And talking to people. And it just occurred to me that I would be traveling to zombie land. And I didn't want that.
Yes.
I'm a catastrophizer on the worst of days. And so I just decided to stay here and, you know, work out visa issues and accommodation. I was going to give up my place and stuff. And I am so glad I did, because I look at the news in America right now and it's just horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Awful. Yeah. Okay. So I think I would like to go I've never been to Thailand. So I'd like to go to Thailand.
Thailand's cool.
I even say that like in America. I'd like to go to Thailand.
And there's another question which I might have submitted myself, but it came through on Instagram, and it's, who would your dream interview be with? Someone alive? Who have you got?
Oh, alive. Oh, I can't use my stock. Well, Princess Diana. Gosh. Well, I would like to sit with, gosh. So I've talked to all the Australian superstars. Name drop, pick up those coins off the floor. Let me see. I would like to talk to Michelle Obama. How about that? I think she'd be really cool, and I wish she was running for office. I'd like to talk to Michelle Obama. I think she's a person who has triumphed. Yeah. I'm reading her book right now, That Becoming, and I was having a hard time getting through her childhood in the ghetto, and I was just like, oh my God, get me to college. She's finally in Princeton in the book, and so things are looking up for her. So I'd like to I think it'll turn out okay. Yeah, but I think I'd like to talk to Michelle Obama, and maybe I wouldn't mind talking to ScoMo. I think that could be fun.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if we had a lot in common, but, you know, sometimes those can be the best conversations.
Yeah, for sure. So, Richard, you know, you've nearly done it all. Have you got any tips for someone starting out in their career?
Oh, gosh. Well, honey, get used to hearing no. Oh, my God. You know, I've heard no so many times I thought it was my name. I really did. No. Oh, yeah, that's me. So you just got to develop a thick skin. You know, I grew up, you know, I thought I was the only gay in the village for so long. Everyone seemed to know I was gay before I was gay. And, you know, when I first got into TV and stuff, it was like something that was very detrimental because people didn't want someone who was, you know, gay acting and appearing. You know, I could try acting all butch, but it just never worked for me. But I will testify now that part of my enthusiasm or, you know, flair for the dramatic, flamboyant, whatever kind of word you want to use, has really turned into a positive for me. And, you know, so you just have to be who you are. You 100% have to be who you are, because all those people who picked on me and bullied me and made fun of me for, you know, being the only gay in the village, it's turned out I made a pretty good living at it, I gotta say. And, you know, it might have, you know, messed me up for a couple of years. I'm still bitter towards a few people, but hey, it's worked out fine for me. And that's the thing. I think that as long as you can get through any kind of tough time, work it to your advantage. Work it to your advantage.
No matter who the guest is, Richard, we like to ask them for a classic night out story. It doesn't have to be them. Maybe it's something they witnessed, but I'm hoping you've got a good one.
Oh, gosh. Well, there's two classic night outs. Like that's the most crazy night out you've had. Is that it?
Yeah, you know when you're telling stories somewhere and that's the one you go to. I remember that time where...
Okay. Well, I won't tell you how I had sex at Studio 54, but I will tell the second story. When I first started to come to Australia, I went to the Melbourne Cup, right? And I was with Richard Wilkins, all the people at 9, and we met the Packers. It was James Packer, and he was married to Erica Packer at the time, and it just so happened to be her birthday. Darling, you have to come to my birthday. And I was like, well, sure, why not?
All right, then.
So, you know, it's like right after the Melbourne Cup and the Birdcage, and all of a sudden we're pushed into a super secret elevator inside the Crown, and we're taken up to some mysterious floor, and the elevator door is open, and this whole like penthouse hotel room had been converted into a disco cabaret, and there was a neon sign, I kid you not, that said Erica's Place. And she comes out, everyone's singing, everyone's dancing, come on. And so I'm like, wow, gosh, because I'm from a small town, and I'm a very kind of small, I've always lived my life very kind of small town. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, who the hell are these rich people? I don't like, you know? And all of a sudden, Erica comes up to me and goes, darling, she goes, you've got to get up there and sing a song. Everyone's doing karaoke. You've got to sing. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not singing. And all of a sudden, it was like I slapped her in the face. She goes, excuse me? And I said, I'm not singing. She goes, what does that sign say up there? And I says, it says Erica's Place. And she goes, and who am I? And I said, Erica? And she goes, and that's right. People do what I say in my place, and you're singing. And man, she just shoved me up there. And before I was up there, I was like, YMCA. You know, it turned out to be really fun. But I gotta tell you, I had not seen anything like that. I mean, she's a real top chick. Yeah. James should have hung on to that one. But what are you going to do? So that's a pretty good story.
Absolutely. I'm a bit worried now that all the other stories aren't really going to match partying with the Packers in Crown. But
well, having sex in Studio 54, when I know you a little better, I'll tell you that one.
What are you working on now, Richard? What are you up to these days?
Oh, God. Besides my hair, I'm always working on my hair. Well, you know, I'm trying to figure out, I want to do a podcast because I do like to talk, and I do seem to know a whole lot about nothing. So, but I just don't know what I want to talk about. I was thinking maybe doing like down home advice.
Yeah.
Give that to people, or something to do with entertainment and movies, the real story behind movies, or facts you didn't know behind movies. I don't know. If anyone gives you any suggestions, please send them my way. And I'm halfway through a book, not about my life, but it's a thinly veiled novel about television. That's all I can say. And I will say it's written in the style of Jackie Collins.
Okay, great. Well, we'll look out for that one as well.
Well, you seem thrilled with that one, Owen. Sorry, I guess I should have said, I don't know, who else? It's like the Philistine prophecy. I don't know, but yeah, it should be good. Awesome. I like it.
Well, Richard is coming to the... Oh, there it is. That is the... Yep. That is the last drink spell that we hear. Okay. I thought it was God calling me home. I was all worried.
Richard Reid, come to those pearly gates. Yeah, right? At least I'll be awake for it. Yes.
Absolutely. So it comes the time in the chat where the guest gives us a fun story, a fun fact, or a quote, or something really strong that means something to them that we can finish on. So what have you got?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, when I first started coming to Australia, this is an interesting story. I'm very good friends with Richard Wilkins.
Yep,
we worked for a long time together. And I first started coming to Australia, and people would write in emails to the network and stuff. Oh, I love that, Richard Reid, blah, 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 blah. And they would forward every email on to me. And I got a mean email. It doesn't sound that bad now, but for me to have some people say negative things about me, I was like, oh, and I go, Richard, this person wrote in and they hate me. And he grabs me by the arm, and this was at Channel 9, and he takes me to this big window that overlooked all of, Artarmon, out there. And he goes, Richard, I'm going to tell you something. And I say, yes. And he goes, look over there to the left. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, all those people, they love you. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he goes, look over there to the right. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, all those people, they hate you. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he goes, but look right straight ahead. Look down the middle. Look at that. Look at all those people. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, those people don't give a shit about you. And I'm like, oh. And he goes, those are the people you need to focus on. Not the good, not the bad, just the ones that really don't care. And I was like, oh. Okay, and ever since then, you know what? I don't pay attention to anything. Okay. Good emails, that's nice. Bad emails, I'm like, what are you going to do? It just rolls off my back. So I really got to thank Richard Wilkins for that, and he's a survivor. So whatever Richard says, I say.
Amazing. Well, that's a great thing to finish on. So drink's been amazing. You've been an amazing guest. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate you coming on.
Well, I gotta say, I think the drink kicked in for us both, because I am buzzing, baby. Buzzing.
Well, thank you very much. And we'll see you later. Cheers, Richard.
Yeah, cheers. Bye, Owen.
Bye.